Okay, so let's take a look at the 7-man fast break basketball drill. Now, the focus of this one, like I said, is we want to get the ball up the floor in 7 seconds or less. But another part of it as well is that we want to have about 7 players in the drill, but you can do this with up to 15 players as well. So if you want to add more players to these lines, that's okay. Like I said, I have 7 here right now. But if we want to end up adding, say, 12, a few more at each line, that's fine too. Okay, so how we are going to set up, we have our rebound line right here. And as I said, you can add more players into those rebound lines if you would like. We have our outlet pass right here. We have another outlet pass right there for when we come back in the other direction. And we have our runner right here in the corner. So those are the main spots of this drill. Now, what we're going to focus on in this drill is, like I said, rebounding the basketball, cutting hard, getting the ball down the floor in 7 seconds or less, and finishing at the rim. Okay, so this drill starts right here, and this is going to be, the person that will typically rebound the basketball. But in this case, they're just going to start with the basketball in their hands because we needed to start the drill. Okay, now to start the drill, our outlet pass is going to call for the ball around right here. Okay, so this is our first outlet pass. So our rebounder is going to feed the ball to our outlet pass, and then the rebounder is then going to take the spot of the outlet pass. As the outlet pass receives the basketball, our runner is then going to sprint down the floor and cut, inching a little bit more toward the middle as they're running down the floor, and they're going to call and give a clean, hard target for the basketball from the outlet. So the outlet is then going to hit our runner with the ball. Now, our runner then is going to attack the basket as hard as they can. So they're sprinting, right? Even from the jump, right? When number 4 came here, they're sprinting as hard as they can. This is a fast break basketball drill. Obviously, we can't demonstrate that here on our clipboard, but generally speaking, right, we're looking at a fast break basketball drill. So number 4 is sprinting right here. They're receiving the ball. Okay, so like I said, now number 4 is, they're sprinting down the floor to, get a wide open layup. Now, as that is happening, right, our outlet pass is sprinting to this corner of the floor. They're going to sprint all the way down into the corner, and they're going to touch the baseline. So number 1 is sprinting as hard as they can down here, and they're going to touch the baseline. Okay. Now, as number 4 goes up for their layup, right, number 5 right here is going to turn, face the basket, and be ready to rebound the ball. Number 4 is going to go up for their layup, and then number 4 is going to go to the back of this line. And now, as you can see, we are actually reset, right? We are completely reset right now, and we're ready to go back down the floor the other way. So number 5 is now facing the basket. If you're dealing with a team where you want to teach some, principles, maybe you can explain to number 5 to call that they're getting the rebound and maybe, do a hypothetical box out or something like that. So now number 5 is looking to face the basket, and they're going to receive the basketball. Our outlet is right here. They're calling for the basketball. So now number 5 is going to go to the back of that line. Number 1 is sprinting down the floor. Sorry, a little bit too far. We probably want to get it about right here. Number 2 is feeding to number 1. Now number 2 is going to sprint down here to this corner, right? And number 1 obviously is going to attack the basket for a layup, right? Number 1 is going to go up for a layup right there. Right, so it's a continuous drill, right? There's no stopping. We're continuously moving, continuously moving, continuously moving. There's very little stoppage in this drill.
Hold on one quick second, coaches. Before you go anywhere, I've got a couple free resources waiting for you from the Basketball Coaches Academy that'll take your practices and take your teams to the next level. First off, grab your complete guide to the continuous motion offense, which breaks down exactly how to teach your players to play the game, not just run plays. You'll learn what continuous motion offense really means, proven drills to build it, and how to run a motion offense continuously. We have lots of different things in this guide. We have video demonstrations, we have diagrams, we have descriptions, everything that you would need. If you want your athletes to develop real basketball IQ, this is the starting point. The second item that I have for you is the 5 must-have out-of-bounds plays for all ages. These are game tested sets that you can run with youth or high school teams. We have baseline out of bounds, we have sideline out of bounds, all free for you. They're simple to teach, tough to guard, and each play includes clear diagrams and coaching points so your team stops wasting possessions. And lastly, I have the practice plan template. This printable practice plan template is the exact layout that I use to organize and plan every practice session. So you can plug in your warm-ups, skill blocks, team drills, and scrimmage notes so you can walk into every gym with a clear plan and zero guesswork. So I have these 3 free items for you. You can claim them using the link in the description. They'll be sent to you right away. Enjoy.
So that is basically a rundown on this basketball drill, the 7-man fast break. Now, like I said, I really like this basketball drill, especially to start our practices, right? It gets things off on a good note, right? It gets us moving, it gets us cutting, it gets us ready to play, right? We're fast breaking, we're getting out there and moving. It's a great way to start practice, in my opinion, right? Even if it's just running this for 5 minutes, it sets the tone right away, but it also just works on, like I said, getting out and running in 7 seconds or less. Quick demo one last time, right? We're going to hit our outlet here. Number 4 is going to take the spot of the outlet, right? Number 1 is sprinting down the floor. They're going to receive that pass from number 7 on the outlet. Outlet is then sprinting to become the runner, right? We're going to have number 1 come up here for our wide open layup, right? Number 6 is going to come out and box out and be ready to receive the basketball, right? And now we go back the opposite way, right? We hit our outlet. Number 6 goes to the back of the line, right? Number 7 is cutting to look for the basketball. Number 2 becomes the runner, sprints to the corner, and number 7 goes up for their wide open layup. So it's a continuous movement, like I said. It never really stops. Great drill. Hope you guys liked it. Great drill to start practice with, and great drill to get out running and practice fast breaks, like I said.
Okay, so let's take a look at this drill. So we're going to start right here with a line of players, and these players are going to start with the basketball in their hand. So as we can see here, we have number 1 with the basketball, number 2 with the basketball, number 3 with the basketball. So these players are starting with the basketball. Now here in this position, number 6, again, the numbers don't really matter. I'm just using those to label each player. But number 6 here, the person in this spot, they are standing under the basket in a rebounder's position. So they're going to be rebounding the basketball. Here, number 4 and number 5, they're going to be the players that will be swinging the basketball from side to side, adding that one more pass. So those 2 players are going to be the players that are really focusing on moving the basketball, right? That one more philosophy. You want to preach to your players one more. Always make that extra pass when there is the opportunity to do so. So if you can make that extra pass, if you can make that one more pass, you do it, right? So how this is going to start, number 1 right here with the basketball, they're going to drive with the basketball to the paint and get a paint touch. So they're going to drive about right here with the basketball. Okay, so, the biggest thing that we want to focus on when we're teaching our offense, especially with this particular drill, is it has to start with a paint touch. Now, generally speaking, in an offensive setting, if your paint touch comes from a cut or a drive or a pick and roll, whatever that may be, as long as you get that paint touch, you're able to get your offense moving because you're able to get the defense to collapse, right? So we want to get the offense moving by having a paint touch. And here's what this drill is going to preach, right? We get in the paint. So number 1 gets in the paint right now. And number 1 then is going to pass the ball out to number 4. So they are mimicking a situation where maybe number 4's defender leaves them and comes on to number 1 to run a double team in the key. So number 1 is passing the ball to number 4. And what number 4 is going to do then is they're going to make that extra pass, that swing pass over here to number 5. Okay? So now we're set up like this. We have the ball swung from side to side. Now, in terms of the players that are passing the ball, they're going to follow their pass. So number 1 is going to follow their pass, and they're going to come to this spot. And number 4 is going to follow their pass, and they're going to come then to this spot. What number 5 is then going to do is attack the basket for a layup. Okay? If you want, with your team, if you want to, focus on swinging the ball from side to side and getting an outside jump shot, that's okay too. You can have number 5 shoot the basketball. But for the sake of this drill right now, we'll just say that number 5 is going to attack and go up for a wide open layup. Okay, so after number 5 goes up for that layup,
they're then going to take this spot in line. And number 6, the rebounder spot, they are going to get the rebound. Okay, after number 6 gets the rebound, they're going to do a full court sprint, pushing the basketball up all the way down here and attacking the basket for a layup. So number 6 is moving down, they're attacking this basket for a layup, and then the drill will reset. Number 6 will come back here to the back of the line, right? And now number 2 will run the same process. They're driving to the paint, right? Number 2 is driving to the paint. They're going to pass the basketball over here to number 1, right? Number 1 swinging it to number 4, and now number 4 will drive to the basket. But like I said, if you want to preach, swinging that basketball and getting an outside jump shot, you can do that as well. All right, folks, I need to quickly stop right there before we move into our next topic to mention that right now, 97.1% of our daily viewers are not subscribed to our channel. So that means if you are one of these people, if you are one of these 97.1% who are not currently subscribed but are watching this video, it would be greatly appreciated if you could take the time real quick to hit that subscribe button. It will help us continue to make content like this, continue to make basketball plays for other coaches, basketball drills for other players, and basketball, everything that both players and coaches and organizations alike can use. So again, if you could really quickly take the time to hit that subscribe button, it'll just take 2 seconds. It would be greatly appreciated.